Yes, sir, we're officially back at it. This is Boog Nice coming at you with the SDCC 2018 exclusive SH Figuarts Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Red and Green Ranger figures review. Let's do it.
This ain't for no scalper. You a scalper? Then fuck out shit. This one's for them real collectors. That's army building and posing figures. Marvel Legends, imports, mini maybe I'm fucking with them. Hype beast, we know about you. Stay buying figs, don't know about it.
And I swapped around the boxes so you can see the back of the Green Rangers box and the front of the Red Rangers box. And they actually both say you've got the power, 25 years of Power Rangers. So this is the 25th anniversary of Power Rangers. Damn, I'm old, baby. And yeah, just taking a look at the artwork on the side. And let's bust these guys open and see what's what. Alright, so I'm not going to really go the traditional route here as far as going over every single swappable accessory and this and that. This is going to be more of a comparative review. I think people just want to see how these head sculpts look and how these stack up to the original Power Rangers that they put out, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that were released that have skyrocketed in price since their release. And so this is actually an opportunity for some of you Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fans to start fresh and possibly get the full team with unmasked versions of those characters. So we're hoping that they'll continue and push forward and put more out, and we'll get the rest of the regular team. But looking at Jason and Tommy here, I'll show you real quick what Jason is packed in with. He's got the helmet, the power sword, what they're calling the Ranger stick, which is this extended here, and then it turned into the blaster there, and then 4 sets of interchangeable hands, not including the 2 fists that he's packed in with here. So that's 5 complete sets of interchangeable hands. And let's look at that in comparison to what you got with the first Red Ranger. Pretty much the same, except you got this extra piece. I think these kind of represent the original Japanese show, if I'm not mistaken. Let me know in the comments. And then some different versions of the Ranger stick. These can be used to kind of formulate the big weapon that they put together, the power weapon, whatever you call that thing. Let me know in the comments below. But the same amount of hands. So you definitely had some extra things with the original version, and the packaging, the box was a little larger. And a quick look at the Green Ranger's accessories. This is the new version, so you get 3 sets of interchangeable hands aside from the 2 fists that comes with them out of the package, so that's 4 in total. The helmet and his dragon sword, and that's it. In comparison to the original release, which again was in a larger package, and this one had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 interchangeable sets of hands, maybe 12, no, 10. And then you also had the extra parts similar to the Red Ranger. You had the extended crazy version of his dragon sword, I guess this is. I don't know, let me know in the comments. I can't remember, this is so many years ago. And then the small version, so definitely more accessories in a larger package with the original release. So swapping out the hands and swapping the parts and all of that was no issue. I did that off camera, no problems there. Just taking a closer look at these head sculpts and to see if they actually stack up and if these guys are really worth a purchase. Now, I think that the Red Ranger, I think Jason actually looks pretty good. And the likeness is semi there. They definitely tried to step it up and go in the right direction as far as giving them a decent looking skin tone. They did not add any gold highlights in the hair, which is great, which is something I've complained about with SH Figuarts as far as their Star Wars figures go. So they didn't do that. But, you know, it's just okay. I do think that Jason's, the Red Ranger's head sculpt is better than Tommy's for sure. I think it's decent. And taking a close look at the Green Ranger at Tommy. And this one I'm not really a huge fan of. Focus on Tommy. There we go. I don't really like his look. Like, he's got a sourpuss about him. It looks like he's puckering his lips up in a funny way, like he's about to do duck face or something, take a selfie or something. I like that they got the ponytail, and I think that looks good. And again, no gold highlights in the hair, so that's all fine and dandy. But I don't know, something about the actual expression just looks weird, and some of the shading here in the front of the face doesn't look that good. But the likeness is there a little bit. You can see they got his earring there on the left side. So not bad. Hopefully they'll get better as they do more of these. I hope they do more of these, and hopefully it'll be better. And let's see what they look like with the helmets on. And there's a look at that peg. So I'll swap the helmet on. And it should be noted that you will have to swivel the peg like some SH Figuarts figures if you want the head to go forward and back on the neck or left and right. So just something to note. Same thing with the hands and the wrist. And there's that. So that looks good. Now let's see how these stack up next to the original releases. Alright, so I did break out the original Red Ranger, and I got the original Green Ranger here too. And I'm looking just to see if you could actually swap on the unmasked head on the old version, but I'm seeing that this breaks down into 3 different parts here. The neck comes out from the upper torso, and then the head comes out from the neck. And I'm not sure if you can pull this particular peg out here, but it doesn't look like it's the same. It doesn't look like it'll match up. So I'm not sure about that, but I don't know why you would need to do that, because if you got the new one, there's really no point, I guess. But as far as the look and the design of the two side by side, so on the right is the original, and here on the left is the new one. And to me, it looks like the red on the newer one is just a little darker, and it looks like they went with a lighter red on the original version. For the most part, the visors look the same as far as I can tell, but it looks like they went with a darker red. And let's see how the greens look. As far as the Green Ranger, same thing, darker green. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera, but I can definitely see it. The green is darker, and the gold is darker on his chest plate here. So I'm not sure which one is more screen accurate or not, but I think I do like the newer version with the darker, more distinct colors. From what I can tell, the articulation scheme is pretty much the same. Head is on a ball joint, which moves independently of the neck, and the neck can move as well. So you do get a pretty decent range of motion, up and down, left and right, pivot, all of that good stuff. He won't look up as far as I would like. Shoulders are on a ball joint, and they also have what is a semi butterfly joint here. Shoulders will go up higher on a Red Ranger because he doesn't have the vest here, of course, but without that on, you could do a full 360 and retain the full range of motion on the shoulders. Upper torso articulation is slight. You know, it doesn't move that much. I would have liked them to update maybe more abdominal articulation on these newer ones, but they pretty much kept the same buck. Legs are going to come up that far. Split's going to look like that. You do get an upper thigh swivel. You do get a double jointed knee. I forgot to go over the elbows. Double jointed elbow as well. You get a swivel and a hinge on the wrist. And you get upper bicep swivel on this whole joint here. Again, it's a very nice range on the shoulders. You get a hinge and rotation on the foot and the pivot and the toe joint. So decent articulation. You can definitely get them in some nice dynamic poses. That was something that was great about the original ones, is, you know, being able to get them in all types of kicks and flips and punches and all of that good stuff and jumps. I just wish that the abdominal articulation was better, but same thing on both figures as far as the articulation goes, just a better range on Red. And a few quick size comparisons. You have the SH Figuarts Tony Stark right here in the middle. You can see he's a little taller than these guys, and I already tried to swap the heads. It doesn't work. The peg for the two is different, so I was thinking more of a plainclothes look for the Power Rangers guys. Would be nice if SH Figuarts went the distance and gave us versions of them in plain clothes too. That would be pretty cool. I highly doubt that'll happen though. We're moving right along. And there's the Star Wars Black Series Jaina Solo figure. There's the Mezco Deadpool, Redpool. And there they are next to the Marvel Legends Apocalypse Build-A-Figure Wave Gladiator. And there's the Figma Mark 7 Iron Man, which is a really great figure. Marvel Legends just put out their Mark 7 from their 10th anniversary line, and SH Figuarts is going to be coming out with the Mark 7. I don't know if it's at the end of this year or early next year, but Figma really did a good job on this figure. Alright, so on the box for these, it clearly says event exclusive, which leads me to believe that they are in fact event exclusives. Now, does that mean they are only exclusive to one event? These were offered as an exclusive for SDCC 2018, but it's a good possibility that Bandai may offer them again at New York Comic Con or some other event. And it would only, and that would still categorize it as an event exclusive. I don't know that they're going to do that for sure. I'm not certain if this was the one and only opportunity for you to jump on these, considering so many people wanted these on the secondary market, the original ones, after the fact. And they have been waiting for Bandai to re-release them and possibly re-release them with unmasked heads. I think that Bandai knows that these are highly sought after and that a lot of people want to get them. Now, $60 price tag for a little less accessories than the original version just for the added unmasked head. Is it worth it? I don't know. If they continue to go forward and give us all of the other teammates with the unmasked heads, that might be pretty attractive to some people. I know it's a lot of Power Rangers fans out there. So, myself included, I'm a casual fan. I'm not crazy deeply into it, but it was a part of my childhood that I used to watch the show pretty frequently. So yeah, in the background here, we have the original versions of the yellow, black, blue, and pink Rangers. And you can see Tommy and Jason here. And let me do this because I did mess around with them a bit more as far as the articulation and swapping the parts goes. And I do believe that you can actually swap the unmasked heads onto the older body. So let me try that real quick. And here's a look at that. So I broke out the White Ranger and I was able to swap on the unmasked head on the White Ranger body. And you can do that with the others. You just have to pull that smaller peg from the head and then pop it back into the neck, and then you can swap on the heads. Also, all of the hands are interchangeable as well. It's the same pegs, pretty much the same buck as far as I can tell, just with a little better paint scheme. So if you do have the original versions, you have a little more playability and swappability with these. But if you don't and you're just coming on board, then hopefully they'll continue on and even do the White Ranger at some point. Let's see where they go with these, but I wouldn't hesitate because a lot of people hesitated and didn't pull the trigger on these early on and ended up having to pay a lot of money, or they just said, you know what, I'm not messing with these. They cost way too much. So I wouldn't hesitate, and I would jump on the red and green immediately and sit on them and see what Bandai decides to do. And yeah, so as always, thanks for hanging out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell down there for instant notifications. And until next time, peace.
That's crispy.